Hey guys, welcome to MC Squared Whiskey. I'm Marty. That's the main cat, Rob, right beside of me. We're going to do our first whiskey review recording tonight for you guys. We know it's been a while since we've been on live, and we've had some time to get together. And Rob picked us up a killer bottle, so we're going to dive into it for you guys. We've been wanting to do this for a while, make some videos, and so we're just going to get after it. So, man, what's been going on? Anything good?
Hey man, nothing special. Just trying to mend. Y'all know I've been a little under the weather, but slowly but surely getting back to rare form.
Yeah, you
Looking
sound
forward.
good. You sound like you can handle whiskey and maybe get some great tasting notes now. So
Let's hope so.
yeah, we're going to see what happens. So, but anyway, guys, we're going to drive. We're going to drive you straight into this Cream of Kentucky bottled and bond rye whiskey. So stick around, man. We're going to dive into it. All right, guys, we're back. We're going to dive into this Cream of Kentucky rye whiskey. This bottle me and Rob's looked at for quite a while. We're still trying to hunt down the bourbon. We've not found it yet. Maybe that day will happen, but let's go ahead and get it poured, brother. Get it in the glass. Talk about it. See what we think. Oh man, yeah.
It's got a great color.
Oh, dude, that dark amber, copper. Don't you think a little bit?
For sure.
Yeah, a little bit about this, guys. It's made of Middleton, Kentucky, USA, wherever the hell that is, somewhere in Kentucky.
Down
Kentucky
there.
Artesian Distillery. It's bottled and bond. It's a age statement of a minimum of 4 years, of course, since it's bottled and bond. It is 100% Ryman, rye, Rymin, rye, whatever that is. We're not sure. The casks, we don't really know the char level of these. It's undisclosed. Entry proof, another top secret thing. Price of this is anywhere between what we've seen, Rob, what 80 to 150,
Yeah.
something
Or
in that range. So
129.
say again.
What 129, I think. What
Yeah, 129. So it all depends. This is one of those whiskeys that it's right there on the border for me and Rob of is it worth it? Do you want to pay for it? And then you got to ask yourself, well, am I really going to ever see it? Me here, no, I'm not. And if it wasn't for my main cat right there, I wouldn't have this bottle.
yeah.
So, he just happened to walk into a store. You can tell the story, man.
Yep. So found it in Pennsylvania. $80 out the door at $86 with tax here in the Keystone State. Never had a Cream of Kentucky other than
Yeah.
friends sharing it with me. This is again the bottled and bond rye. Is it the most chased? Absolutely not. But I figured give it a shot at that price. So let's get into it, Marty. What,
Yeah,
what do you
man.
think on what do you think on the nose, man?
Uh, it's got a lot of spice, different spices. I think for me, up front, right off a shot, man, is a dark leather. Uh, I think that leather fades into like a very light smoking tobacco. I don't know if it's pipe tobacco. What do you think?
I think same thing. Got a little leather on her. She's got I get a little leaf tobacco. There's definitely, full of rye spice on the nose.
Do you get an orange something?
I'm not familiar. Well, I don't get a ton of citrus off of this on like I do on some other ryes. And again, we were into this a little bit before we shot the video.
Yeah, we
among
wanted to
other
get
things.
down into it.
We've had about 7 pours
Yeah,
after
we're
this one,
rolling.
but
Yeah, we're kicking ass and taking names right
that's
now.
right. But maybe a little orange in there, maybe a little orange peel.
I think you pulled a note earlier that was pretty good. Popsicle stick.
Well, I also get, I hate to say it, but almost like a paper note or a cardboard note on this.
Yeah, no, I can see that. It's
Or
like
maybe,
when you breathe it in, it's like it's when it fades that paper note kind of
but
kicks.
the nose overall, on a scale from 1 to 10 on that nose, I'd give it a solid 7. It's got a good rye nose.
Two things. I think it's a rye.
Oh, for sure.
I think
there's no
it's a
doubt about
rye.
that.
I think up front that tobacco leather draws you in, which for us, I mean, if you say leather or tobacco for me and Rob, we're kind of itching to pour more right off a shot. But yeah, that nose is manly cologne.
Yeah, the cologne. Yeah,
I mean, if they put this in a spray bottle, I'd wear it to work. Yeah, there you go.
all right, Marty. Let's see where we're at on the palate here.
All right, let her rip.
Cheers.
Definitely spicy.
Yeah, at 100 proof, it hits you up front. Pretty good. Goes into the mid palate. Somewhat strong. Finishes moderate.
I think the nose is very consistent with the palate.
Yeah. However,
Right
it does. Do you get a little hug from this?
I think I get a lot of late ass in release of that pepper, that leather, and maybe a little bit of that tobacco on the back end.
Yeah, there's
and then
definitely
I don't
tobacco on it.
get really much mint from
Yeah.
the rye.
I'm getting more mint on the nose than I am the palate.
Absolutely. There's no butterscotch on this one though for me.
No,
No
it's
candy.
It's not terribly sweet. It does have some, maybe fall the ground, a little earthiness, fall.
Yeah,
leaves,
I get that. I can see that for sure.
Maybe even a little black tea.
Yeah. It's not weighty. It's not oily. I'd love to know I would really like to know. I know it's minimum 4 bottle and bond, but I'd really like to know what the age statement is.
It rounds out okay, but it's on the thinner side for sure.
Yeah, there's no. I don't get any real other than that little bit of that orange on the nose, and maybe just a shade of it on the finish. There's no candy. There's no sugar. Really popping out at me. There may be a nuttiness almond or something there.
I can see that for sure.
But the nose is just dominant leather. I think if you had to pick up front, if you had to break it down 1, 2, 3, I think it's leather, tobacco, and then the orange maybe on the nose for me. What do you get?
A little barrel spice, a little, nutmeg.
That's it. Yep.
Nutmeg is there through and through. And again, just you walk outside and you smell the leaves in the fall time before you rake them up.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a little damp, a little earthiness. However, what I would really like from this, because I think the flavor is there for the most part, it falls a little short on depth.
I agree. I think it's all mid-late palate.
But there is something there that's definitely unique compared to some of the other ryes that I've had and own. And it's very strong on that nutmeg.
Yeah, it's unique for what it is, and just to let everybody watch and know, me and Rob, we've dove into about 3 or 4 other ryes tonight also, but we started here.
Yeah.
And we wanted to compare it to other things of like, how do we feel about this compared to that? And one of the bottles we pulled out earlier was rare breed rye. And for the money availability, rare breed rye is just freaking where it's at, man.
Sure.
I mean, just grab it. I don't think, Rob. I mean, I think for my end, and then I'll let you speak on your end. For under $100, I think it's okay for what it is. I mean, it's a Jim Rutledge. It's a Jim Rutledge mash bill. It's bottled and bond, minimum 4 years, 100 proof. I think it fits the bill. So, what do you think?
I am not mad at this bottle for $86. I was expecting a little bit more. And I think where it's lacking is the mouthfeel.
I think there's no weight to it.
Yeah.
There's no oil.
Other than that, there is good flavor. There is some nuance. And it's a little different than some of the other ryes all of the ryes that I have. I'm anxious to see maybe once I get her down, let it open up a little bit and see what it does. I don't think it's going to bring that body, but I'm okay with it for the price. I'm glad I got it at retail. We got it at retail.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know that I would back it up, to be quite honest with you.
I tell you something that'll throw you about this bottle is the color. It is extremely dark. Yeah. And when you see that gold amber, your first impression, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's darker than, I mean, it's dark tea, light coffee in color. And the thing about it is when you see that color, what I was going to say is you expect a heavy mouthfeel. And it's very much lacking that.
Yeah, it's not there. And something else that I've been pulling out of it on these last couple tastes is a little minerality.
Oh yeah. Yep. And we've done it. I guess when we first poured it earlier tonight, we had it sitting for 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We gave it a chance to get that stuff out, get the ethanol out, get all the nuances that you don't want on the nose and the palate out. And it's still the same. I mean, I think, now that I knows it, I think if you let it sit for another 5 or 10 minutes, you might get a molasses. You might get a sugar note eventually out of the nose, but I still think that palate is so leather dominating. This right here with a damn cigar, I don't give a shit which cigar you pull out, is a hitter. I mean, I'm a cigar guy. Rob's kind of on the fence with them a little bit here and there, but yeah.
I'm too cheap to buy the good ones.
That shit.
What it will taste like with a Swisher Sweet, Marty?
Well, it depends if you have the plastic whistle on the back end or not,
Well, that's the only way to do a Swisher Sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, first impressions on this is it's okay to good. I would like a little bit more weight, a little bit more oiliness on the palate. Overall, we'll see what she does on a future stream. Maybe she'll open up a little bit.
You want to do a drop of water or two in it and see what it does?
Man, I don't think water is going to do that any justice.
I don't think it's going to change much. I think that leather will still dominate, really.
If it was 110 or 120 proof, I'd say yeah. I don't know. I don't think water is going to do much to that.
All right, let's sum it up. Backing it up, 80 under $100. Would I back it up? Probably, because I could do more with this bottle. I'm just being honest. I'd like to eventually maybe add a drop or two of water. I'd like to put it with a cigar. I'd like to see where it's at when we get down about halfway down the label. But, the availability robs the problem with that. If I've not seen this bottle but one time, and our buddy Kevin Pierce bought it, and then Rob stumbled on it, I guess about a week ago, and we said, yeah, man, for MSRP, we're just going to take a shot.
Absolutely.
Because everybody watching, they know us, man. We don't just spend money because we want to. It's just because it's got to be worth something that we want to try or something we want on the shelf. And this ended up being one of those bottles. Not every day you're going to find the cream of Kentucky and stuff like that. So, scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it probably a 7.5 for me. And now, granted, Rob, I'm factoring a bunch of stuff. I'm factoring in availability, price, location, because it's not here. Then you do nose. Nose is that dominant leather, the tobacco, that little bit of orange, not really zest really anymore. It's more of just a shade of orange. And then the palate, that dominant leather, which I freaking love. But yeah, you break it down for you. What do you think? Is it a 7 for you, or is it?
I like the nose. I like the palate. I like the overall flavors. I wish it had a little more heft to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in at a 6.5 on this.
I get it, because when you set it on the palate, man, you're waiting for something, like I said, that dark color that it just doesn't release any oils or any benefactors to it. And then we, like I said, guys, we threw rare breed rye right behind it, and you set that rare breed on the palate, and something's happening right off the front end. And this one is just, it's kind of, yeah.
There's some uniqueness to this, and maybe it's that type of rye.
Yeah, that's got to be it, man. The rye, we have no idea what they're talking about.
And again, I'm certainly not a professional when it comes to the different grains of rye or anything like that. It does have a little character to it, different than some of the ryes I've had, and for that, I enjoy this, and I think it's going to get a little bit better. However, that weight, that viscousness, that oily, it isn't going to come from opening up. In my opinion.
It's not. And maybe the leather notes will drop back a little bit,
but
we may find more citrus. I think anytime leather and tobacco fade, you seem to find a citrus behind that. But I don't know if this will show that. I really don't.
I was hoping to be more impressed by this bottle, to be honest with you. However, at $80, which these days in whiskey is a reasonable price to pay for something that you don't see all the time.
Yep.
I'm not upset at that. I will drink this bottle and enjoy it. Backing it up, I need a little more time with it.
Yeah, we're on the fence, just to be honest. If Rob went to the store tomorrow and saw him again for $85, I'd say we'd pass right now.
Yeah.
It's got some work to do.
I'd agree with that.
I think I'd rather try to find the bourbon and spend maybe another $20-$30 MSRP for those.
The damn bourbons are highly allocated here.
Yeah,
they do hit here, but they never hit the shelves.
Yeah, so
but overall, I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it. If you got $80, you've never had it before, it's a buy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something to pick up for MSRP for sure. I wouldn't pay. This is hard for me. This is hard for me because it's about availability and where you're at and how bad you want it. I wouldn't pay no more than $125 for this bottle just because you want it.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge threshold for this bottle.
Yeah.
Like I said, out the door, what would we, Rob? 89, maybe something like that.
It was $86 out the door.
Yeah. So, it is definitely, I think, worth that. Like I said, it is what it is. It's the color's deceiving on the palate. That's kind of disappointing for me. That's why it's not like a 8 out of 10. That's why I've got it like in the 7s. It's because when you see that, like I said, man, you can see it sitting here. You can see Rob sitting there. You think there's a viscosity there that's just going to sit on the palate and just release, and it's not there.
Yeah, it's definitely
kind of
disappointing. And for me, I would be, if I paid $100 for this bottle, I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, there you go. So you've got it, man. MC Squared Whiskey, knocking out cream of Kentucky rye, bottled and bond, 100 proof, man. 4-year. minimum. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments, guys. Let us know if you've had it. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you would pick it up if you saw it under $100. Let us know what you think, because even though we've got it, that still influences us in the future, and it lets everybody else that watches, what you think about it, because we're just two clowns, man, just trying to taste some whiskey and see what's going on. So, that's our quick Cream of Kentucky Bottled and Bond Rye review for you. So, yeah, man, let us know what you think. Guys, before you head out, hit that like, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It helps us grow. It helps the channel. We'll continue to do these reviews as time goes on, and our live streams. We're looking at maybe hitting some Saturday nights. We're not sure yet. But definitely our Tuesday live stream tastings are still going to be going. So we're going to keep it going, guys. So, Rob, anything you want to add before we head out?
That's it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for
Guys,
watching.
cheers. Thanks for watching.